We're deep in the heart of Texas in San Antonio inside the Cowboys Dance Hall. It's time for our first fight of the evening. Let's get right to the Corona tail of the tape. Miguel Flores taking on Ruben Tamayo. Tamayo is older, he's taller, but it's Flores who has the reach advantage. One thing that the tail of the tape doesn't show is the experience. Tamayo has boxed in 193 rounds, Flores just 82. Both fighters are in the ring. We get the official introduction from Ray Flores.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening and welcome to Cowboys Dance Hall here in San Antonio, Texas. Live on FS1, this is Premier Boxing Champions. The action begins with 10 rounds in the featherweight division. The three judges ringside are Ellis Johnson, Ursula Perez, and Anthony Townsend. And the referee in charge, when the bell sounds, Mark Colloy. Introducing first, fighting out of the red corner, he comes in wearing red with silver trim. His professional record, 24 wins, 8 losses, 4 draws, including 16 wins coming by way of KO. Fighting out of Ciudad Obregón, Mexico. Ladies and gentlemen, Ruben Canelito Tamayo. And his opponent fighting out of the blue corner, he comes in wearing the burgundy with the gold trim. As a professional, perfect 19 bouts, 19 victories, including 9 wins coming by way of knockouts. Fighting out of Morelia, Mexico, by way of Houston, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, here is the undefeated Miguel Flores.
Well, Ruben Tamayo has lost 4 straight fights, but they've all been to blue chip prospects, a current world champion. He says now's the time for him to turn his career around. Miguel Flores says he wants to put all the top featherweights on notice. There's a Mexican fighter ready to compete with all of them very soon. This is round 1. Flores in the maroon trunks. It's Tamayo, the red trunks, the black trim. You can see Tamayo, the southpaw. This is the first time for Miguel Flores that he's ever fought a southpaw in his career.
Well, I see Tamayo, he's moving a little slow. His reaction time is not as fast as Flores is. And you can see when he lands a shot that he reacted a little slower.
One thing with Flores, we've seen him a few times here, is he's got a devastating left hook to the body, and even though he's fighting a southpaw, he thinks he can use it and be effective here.
Flores has been very smart by using the jab and giving him different angles. And right now he's on the inside, but he's shorting those shots up, so he's doing really well.
You saw that left hook here, a double left hook by Flores.
And Tamayo's reaction time is very slow, so Flores just has to keep shooting those shots on the outside, really not going on the inside as much because he doesn't have to. He can box him on the outside and be effective.
Once again, the left to the body by Flores. In fact, all of his knockouts have come by body shots with that left hook.
It'll be interesting to see who's the one that starts landing their strong hand first. That'll be a key in this fight because they both seem like they're strong and they both end the fight with one punch.
We're halfway through round 1. This one is scheduled for 10.
I would like to see also where with Tamayo and Flores, excuse me, it's a little bit too much dead time. So he's moving a little bit too much. I think he should just pop more jabs and control that distance in the range so he can't move forward.
How difficult was it, Omar? You think back on your career, first time you faced a lefty. You see those heads collide because that's what happens.
That's where I received my first cut on the bridge of my nose due to a head collision. But, you know, Arakawa was very, I guess, experienced as well. So he brought me in with his left hand and he kind of made me clash with his head. But hopefully Flores is able to avoid that.
You know, one of the things that Flores talked about was, hey, I sparred with a lot of lefties. I don't think it'll be any different. Is there a difference when you're?
There's a lot of difference. I mean, once the 8 ounces go on and you're under the lights and under the camera, it's, you know, everything changes. As you can see, he's opening up with the left hook. He's trying too hard to land that shot, and Tamayo's capitalizing.
And I think at the same time, Flores just standing right in front of him just a little bit too long. He needs to shoot the shot and step over to his left so he's not right in front of the straight right hand or the left hook that Tamayo's landed. Trying to land.
Both guys had connected with the body shots. Here comes the final seconds of round one as Tamayo grazes Flores with a left hand.
Use the jab and don't stand right there in front of him. Get too good. Try stepping to the side and control the distance. Use the angle.
Flores is trained by Aaron Navarro. They've been together since Flores was 8 years old. And once again, those heads collide.
Let's go.
This is where you see if a young buck has what it takes, the grit to fight through adversity. You know, it's his first time facing left-handed fighter, so he's gonna have to fight through all these things with the headbutts and then stepping on each other's feet and the different punches coming from different angles, and we have to adjust.
Really easy to control it. Just stay on the outside. He doesn't really have to go on the inside as much. But he's able to land the shots on the outside just as good. The only way Tamayo is able to land the shots is just get a little closer. And Flores is landing in there and he's landing those shots and the inside over the top, and his eyes are starting to bruise up and swell because of the headbutt.
Minute gone here in round two.
It's like you mentioned earlier, you know, he's staying right there in front of him. He throws his punches and stays there waiting for Tamayo to counter. And it's something that, you know, you land your punches, you throw your punches, and you move.
That's right. Good defense right there. That shot was great.
I should follow my own advice, too. It's just too fun. I can't avoid it.
Yeah, that's one of the things that Flores said. He said, look, I can box, but he says, once I get hit, I want to brawl. He said, and he made the joke, I'm Mexican, I want to fight.
Well, he has to be able to control those urges. That's the key to it, is that so much about the advance of growing big as a fighter, you have to be able to control those urges that are deep inside of you and stay to the game plan.
Stiff jab by Tamayo.
There you see Tamayo landing his shots when Flores stays there. There he is. Flores throws his punches, stays there, and Tamayo counters.
Right hand and left hook.
It seems like Flores is pushing out of his shots. Not much power on him, but yes, as I say, yeah, just use that angle. He's standing right in front of him.
Body shot by Tamayo.
Tamayo is stronger.
Right hook by Tamayo. We're under a minute now, round two. Seconds left here in round two.
He should jab and step over to his left and shoot the right hand on the outside of the right hand.
They're still feeling each other out, you know. It's Flores' first time fighting a lefty again, so he's taking his time trying to read him right. And Tamayo's a tough fighter, so he has to be careful.
Final seconds of round two, and it's Tamayo. Comes down a little low. Again, the heads collide. Round three when we come back.
Cut, second round, accidental headbutt.
Flores dealing with the cut now.
In the last round, I believe Tamayo stepped it up and he did very well. He landed some good shots. Flores is reaching with his right hand. He's bringing it back really slow. If Tamayo could time him, he could catch him over the top.
Keep in mind, we want you to help us score the fights. Go to throwdownscoring.com and put your score. There's a left hook.
Flores is having a lot of success throwing from that distance, but then he stays there. As you can see, he lands his punches clean, and he stays there waiting for Tamayo to respond, when he should just take a step back and he'll be clear of danger.
I always hear trainers like yourself, Derek, say, stop admiring your work.
That's right. He likes to take a picture, take a shot, take a picture. And what's happening is Tamayo is coming right back with a right hook. They really landed it. See, he's getting on the outside. And at the same time, Tamayo should get back on the jab and step on the outside and keep him in the middle where he landed on the shot. See how he is? He's controlling it with sending on the outside of that foot.
Body shots galore here in round three as we take a look at our punch stats so far. Flores has thrown nearly 130 punches. Tamayo has thrown just a little bit over 130.
I think Tamayo's woken up because he's been very good and been very aggressive. I think that blood is inspiring him. He just landed a quick right hook.
Yeah.
And now right hand and left hand down the pipe. He's doing really well.
Check hook by Tamayo.
He's doing really well.
I think they're both over the learning curve here of the lefty-righty contrast, and they're just going at it.
Here's a combination by Tamayo.
Look like he got hit with a low blow. Tamayo just did a low blow.
You know, we talked about how Tamayo is coming into this fight. He's lost his last 4, but all the top competition, in fact, the combined record of his last 4 opponents, 96-2.
Yes. But if you see him right now, he's doing really well, I believe. But he just has to control it. And he's had him, look at that, good head movement. Get back on the jab and step to his right. And keep him right in the middle of him so he can land straight left down the middle.
Some of the guys he's lost to, Jojo Diaz, former Olympian, Jesus Cuellar, who will fight after Mars in a couple of weeks. There's another right hook by Tamayo. Body shot, left hook by Flores.
This is a good give and go fight, ebb and flow.
That's a perfect distance for Flores. He gets to land his punches cleanly,
Right.
and he's too far for Tamayo to reach him.
Right. That's great.
He waited too long now.
Yeah, you can see it.
Round 3 in the books.
It looks like, to me, Tamayo's trying to break down just a little bit. It's a pretty fast pace. And if Flores keeps that pace up, we'll see how Tamayo's able to adjust when they do it, because he's starting to slow down with those body shots.
Left hand to the body, now a right hook to the body by Tamayo. And a combination.
Oh, great body shot by Tamayo.
Tamayo continue to pound the body.
Flores is coming back. He's throwing that strong, hard left hand to the body, and it seems to be connected. Oh,
Yeah, uppercut
in the middle. That was
by
beautiful.
Tamayo.
That was beautiful. Oh, he threw another one. I think, he got hit with a right hook.
He got
over the
caught,
top.
absolutely. A minute now gone here in round 4. We're in San Antonio inside the Cowboy Dance Hall. In fact, said at the top, this place is a venue for country music concerts. In fact, there's one going on the other side of this venue. So we got all kinds of stuff going on here.
That was a low blow, but Tamayo landed a great right hook on Flores also.
Between Pfeiffer and Go country line dance.
Stay over there, Michael. Keep him up, okay? Keep him up. Time in. Box.
Heard Mark Alloy telling Miguel Flores to keep the punches up.
Those low blows, even though they're not devastating, but they do take a lot out of you. I don't know why or what, but it just takes so much. And your legs are, you don't feel them for the rest of the round, and
I know
they
why.
hurt. Well, I mean, aside from the obvious.
Oh,
you know?
yeah.
Minute 30 gone here.
But see, at this pace, it's going to be interesting to see if Flores can keep it up.
Right.
He's had one 10-round fight, and he won every round, but you're talking about an experienced guy that he has to work extra to try and slow down. So we'll see about that.
You see, he's fighting him. He's keeping his foot on the outside when he throws his jab, but he just stands right there and kind of waits. He should move over a little bit, step over so he's out of punching range of Tamayo.
Again, body work by Flores. Under a minute here in round 4.
That's his distance right there on the outside. Flores should continue to do that.
I thought one thing that was interesting that Flores pointed out to us is that, he loves to mix it up and just fight on the inside. He said, the last fight, he went 10 rounds. He had to box. He said he took more energy out of him trying to box a full 10 rounds than it did just mixing up standing in front of someone.
Definitely, yeah, it does. You use those legs a lot. If you don't train to do it, if you don't do it in the gym every day, it makes it hard if you come into a fight and have to do it. So that's the difference you see here in that fight he had before.
Not only that, but mentally, it does weigh on you if you're trying to box the guy and he's there on you. You're not used to that kind of pressure. It takes a lot of you too mentally, because you have to worry about so many things happening.
Here comes the final seconds of the round.
That was a pretty hard shot.
This is round 5. It's scheduled for 10.
I think, to be honest, with this, at this distance of the fight, I think that Flores should switch the game plan up. Box him on the outside, because he's so accustomed to made Tamayo get accustomed. Oh, good uppercut. He made him get accustomed to banging on the inside. Now I think he should go on the outside and just box him. Switch it up on him a little bit.
30 seconds gone here in round 5. We asked you to help us score the fights. Take a look at how you've got it scored at this point. You've given just about every round to Miguel Flores. You did give Tamayo round 2. So you've got Flores up 2 here in round 5.
He's doing exactly what I said he should do. Just box him on the outside.
Right.
Switch it up on him. And even later in the later round, he'd go on the inside. Once you start breaking him down, making Tamayo exert some energy.
I actually think that would be a bad idea, considering Tamayo being the veteran and being the more seasoned of the two. I think Flores needs to keep fighting this style, maybe just be smarter with it, because if he starts running and boxing more, if Tamayo keeps pressuring him, I think it'll weigh on his mind. You know, he was controlling the fight so well, fighting the fight he's fighting, and then all of a sudden he's backed up on the corner, you know, Tamayo laying on him, and it changes everything.
But as you see, the distance that he's using, Tamayo can't get to him right now. Only time he landed a shot when he went on the inside. So the key is for me to keep him on the outside boxing, make that older guy, that more experienced guy, exert some of that energy and see how he's landing the shots, because he's making him walk into the shots, opposed to banging with him on the inside.
There's a right hand. Flores just connected with straight right hand. We're coming up on a minute left here in round 5.
See, Tamayo can't really get to him unless he has to get on the inside. So that's why Flores has been smart by controlling that distance and making him reach.
Right to the body and left hand by Tamayo.
This is where Tamayo, as a veteran, should cut the ring better and use his jab to get inside and pressure Flores a little more, especially when he has him in the corner.
Another jab by Tamayo.
Tamayo's doing really well towards the end of the round. But Flores is standing right in front of him, opposed to boxing and using those legs. He's walking right down that, like basically right down the belly of the beast, opposed to making him come after him.
Right hand by Flores.
That's right, make him reach, that's right.
Another right hand. Tamayo, come on, let's fight.
Good man, great man.
We're at the halfway point of this fight. Miguel Flores in the maroon trunks, Ruben Tamayo in the red trunks, the black trim. Flores is unbeaten, he's 19-0. All of his stoppages, there's a right hand, have come by body shots. They exchanged body shots there.
You should get back on the outside like you told him in the corner. Keep him right there, that's right, that's a great distance right there.
Take a look at our punch stats here up to this point.
I think he should shoot the jab also when he's moving around. Keep him off balance, suppose he can't jump right in, he has that jab in his face. At that distance, you can tell the difference in the reaction time and the speed. So Flores is doing a great job at boxing on the outside.
Under 2 minutes now here in round 6. Flores is an interesting story. He's just 23. Got into boxing because of his older brother. Really started fighting at the age of 8. In fact, saw his brother critically injured in the ring 6 years ago. His brother ended up dying 5 days later at the hospital, but he said that motivated him to really become a fighter, want to become a world champion.
Okay.
That was their goal.
I can't imagine what that would be like.
That's something.
That, I mean, having my younger brother fighting,
And he's at ringside to watch it.
I know. That'd be tough.
great thing he said that it came out of it is his nephew, who's now 7 years old, Christopher. He's almost become like a father to his nephew.
Flores
You're watching the fight.
Flores is doing a great job of boxing. There's no need this in boxing. There's no need to bang it out. He doesn't have to. You just be smart. Use his jab, use his distance, use his legs. Make the older guy continue to reach, and he's going to keep walking into punches.
This is what he should have done from the very beginning.
True.
I don't know if he was the adrenaline or the nerves or what, but he was standing there too long, and now he's fighting the fight he should have fought from the very beginning.
You're right, Omar. You're right, definitely.
30 seconds left here in round 6.
Tamayo is looking like the weathered veteran, not really, no popping his shots, no pep in his step. Looking at his finish.
That's right.
Oh, good combination.
The key
1-2 by Flores.
That's right. Flores had to stay on the outside right there. Tamayo seems to be getting a little frustrated because he can't get to him, and he's going to walk into a big right hand, I believe. Right?
Here we go, round 7. Scheduled for 10.
Another headbutt.
Stop time. Ruben. Time in.
We'll see if Flores can continue to keep up the same pace, the same game plan he's been given in the corner. He's been more aggressive now for some reason.
Tamayo using a little more movement here in round 7.
Something must have happened on the headbutt. It must have bothered him because he's not willing to mix it up a little bit more.
It's kind of a better game plan for Flores. He doesn't have to really dictate the fight more. He doesn't have to use his legs much. He could follow Tamayo if he wants to or not, or just let him take his time.
You see that left hook to the body.
If you see that at the same time, every time Flores comes in with a body shot, Tamayo stands up straight and raises his leg up. That's how he was able to land that left hook over the top. He's just start out with a shot to the body and then shoot the left hook over the top. Tamayo has to get back on the jab a little bit and set the shots up just like he's doing right there. Keep him occupied with the jab so he can't just walk right in.
Again, we want you to help us score the fights. Throwdownscoring.com. Right now, you've got Miguel Flores nearly pitching a shutout, except for the second round.
Now, if you watch the fight, it's almost that Tamayo is the one keeping the distance, making Flores reach a little bit. Step up on the jab. He's making some good shots on the inside. Good body shot. Every time Flores shoots a shot, he finishes up with a body shot at the end of the combination.
Flores just looks like the hungrier fighter.
Definitely.
You see he prepared well for this fight. You can see it. It's already the 7th round, and he still has that same pep.
Minute left here in round 7. How about from a power standpoint? You look at that featherweight division, it is loaded. Gary Russell Jr., and there's a lot of guys, Frampton, Leo Santa Cruz. It is loaded with some top fighters. He wants to be in there. Jojo Diaz now coming up. The power can stand in that division.
That's a loaded division, like you mentioned. But it's like he says, he's not in a rush. He wants to take his time, wants to get a few more fights under his belt. And like he says, in a year from now, he wants to be ready for a world title shot. So I believe if he keeps fighting this way, he keeps maturing as a fighter, he will get there.
Here comes the final seconds of round 7.
Can you perform on that level? Make him feel your power. Do not relax. See, after he gets hit with a shot, he kind of relaxes and reacts to, man, I shouldn't have got hit, but you got to stay focused.
Punch stats through 7. Flores 400 punches, Tamayo 420. Flores landing, obviously, a better percentage. Flores' last fight, he went 10 rounds. That was the first time he had done that in his career. Tamayo done it a number of times.
That's the fight that he should be fighting right there on the outside. Move his head. Don't lay on the inside. Tamayo should keep pushing the pressure. Keep pushing the pressure. Make him feel him as he hits him on the arms, the shoulders. Hit him anywhere. Just make him feel that he's right there in front of him.
Mark Aloy gives a warning to Tamayo. That one brushed the belt line of Flores.
Great boxing on the outside by Flores.
I feel like Tamayo should feel the pressure, you know, from knowing that he's losing the fight, and
That's right.
would apply a little more to Flores, but it doesn't seem like that's in the plans.
That's right. I think he just, at this point, I feel the same way you do, Omar. He should be pushing the pressure, pushing the pace. Like I said, touch him anywhere. Let him know that you're in there. He's a younger fighter. He fought 10 rounds only once. That was a good right in on the inside. Push the pressure. Seems like Tamayo's trying to get one big shot, but he doesn't have the same pop on his punches that he did the first couple of rounds.
You know, it's a hard question for both of you to answer because obviously you being undefeated, you've trained a great fighter in Errol Spence. How much do you think frustration comes into play, especially when you're somebody like Tamayo, when you maybe want to do that, but you know, hey, if I do that, I'm going to get hit. My game plan has been working the way I want to.
I think it's very frustrating at the same time because so much about his timing, and he's a little off tonight, as you can tell, because it seems like the thinking ability and the thinking capacity is there. I think that at the same time, his reaction time, his hands and his body's not moving as fast as he would like it to.
And I know all about that frustration because that's my style of fighting. So if I feel if I'm not punishing my opponent enough, I'm not doing my job. So that pressure weighs on me the whole fight.
There's a body shot by Flores.
Telling him it's a close fight, which is surprising, but
that's probably why you haven't seen the urgency begin the fight.
yeah, maybe that's why.
They maybe have thinking he's winning the fight, or it's very close, so he's just doing enough just to get by, not enough to take control and win the fight.
I don't think Tamayo's corner has checked our throwdownscoring.com app, and what the fans see. The fans say Flores is pitching basically a shutout at this point.
The corner has a lot to do with it. I mean,
definitely.
they're your eyes outside of the world you see in the tunnel vision.
He landed a good shot on Flores. Making him
They
back
should be
up a
asking
little
him to
bit.
pressure.
Right.
Good body shot. Tamayo. But he has to keep applying that pressure. He has no need to pull back because he's losing the fight. They should tell him that they think he's behind a little bit. Even if he's not behind, don't give him the okay that really win it. So he'll come up pick up the pressure.
Minute gone here in round 9. They exchange jabs. You heard the corner of Flores telling, hey, box this one last round and then really pick up the pace in the 10th and final round.
Which I would have him to box the whole rest of the fight because you don't want to, win 9 rounds or 10 rounds and then get hit with a good shot and get knocked out or get hurt.
It's too much risk. Even another cut. You know,
definitely.
you don't need that.
Yeah. Right. I think you can keep boxing all the way out through the fight.
You're halfway through round 9 now.
But I guess another fight us Mexicans have internally is fighting that desire to get in there and mix it up because it's always, well, I mean, obviously I let it take over, right? But I mean, for most that want to keep a smart fight and want to box on the outside, it's hard because you feel that pressure of just being Mexican.
Right.
And on top of that, fighting here in San Antonio, up the street from Houston where Flores is from, even though he's born in Mexico. You want to put on a good performance for the fans.
He's doing pretty good. I mean, especially when he's boxing. on the outside. Now he's trying to feint and get Tamayo to react to some shots. But he's still doing really well right there at that distance. That's the distance he should be at. He should be shooting his jab right now. But at the same time, Tamayo should do just what he's doing, shooting the jab, trying to keep him at bay. Try to make him walk into a good shot, because he's really behind.
Well, Tamayo has a good game plan, making Flores step in.
That's right.
And Flores is not fighting a smart fight because he's biting that bait.
That's right. You're right. That's exactly what he's doing.
Final seconds of the round.
Well, I think that this is the do-or-die round for him then, because that's what he's saying. It's never too late. You can always get a one-punch knockout or break the guy down and knock him out. So he has to go for that.
10th and final round.
You see more pressure from him.
Here's the left hand by Tamayo.
Seems like he has a little bit more power in his shots right now in this round.
I think everyone but Tamayo's corner knows that Tamayo has to score a knockdown or a knockout in order to win this fight.
It's a knockout, I believe. As you know too, not a knockout, not down.
You've got Miguel Flores up 7 here going into the 10th and final round.
That's the step I was talking about earlier in the round. I was stepping around to give him the angle. Oh, right there.
Big right hand by Flores.
That was created because of his foot was on the outside of the right foot, and he was able to shoot the shot right in the middle. He's going to have to double step, shuffle, because now he's reaching. Flores is reaching now. Flores is give 2 small short steps to get a little closer. If not, he's going to reach and possibly get hit with a good shot by Tamayo.
As boxers, I think we forget the importance of footwork.
Definitely.
But then you fight a left-hander, and you realize that it's very important because your feet get stuck. Tripping over each other.
Feint, a couple of jabs by Flores.
That's that distance right there. He feinted in a little bit, made him shoot the shot, but he should have came with a counterpunch afterwards. Because he created something and he wasn't able to take advantage of it.
Under a minute now left in this fight.
Good defense.
Here comes the last 30 seconds.
Tamayo should come out there and pick up the pace. If he really meant what he said earlier, this is it. Just do or die.
You just see no urgency from him.
Flores,
Flores knows he has his fight in the bag, so all he has to do is cruise and not get hit with a crazy shot.
That's right, definitely, that's right. Just be smart. Really should go out and just start moving around a little bit. Good shot.
Here comes the final seconds of this fight.
It's a good fight, good fight.
And after 10 rounds, we go to the scorecards. Here are your score totals. Judge at ringside, Anthony Townsend, scores the bout 100-90, and judges Ursulo Perez and Alice Johnson see the bout identical, 98-92 for your winner by unanimous decision. And still undefeated, Miguel Flores.